Afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Critical Thinking in Science and Technology, Week 3. I'm your instructor, Kevin G. Smith, or KG Smith. Glad to have you aboard. Sorry today about the challenges that I had with the CSU Online. So we're posting a little bit late, but that's all okay. It's all good. You're still required to follow the normal deadlines. And I don't think oh yeah, I did. So, moving on. I want to review week 3 activities with you, so I think I'll just get started. So, as you can see, week 3 will be at the top, right underneath the news, forms, and announcements section. And we're going to do a little bit more active critical thinking working in science and technology this week. So, you'll have the review video that I'm currently making right now. You can review that at your own leisure. Ideally, at the beginning of the week. I'd always encourage you to start off with the read section first for week 3. As you can see, I've got a couple of things outlined for you. You're going to have the think assignment, your seek assignment, your do assignment, and of course, the reflection by the end of the week. This week is a little different. We're going to open up the reflection at the end of the week because I want you to be able to interact and exchange common ideas and dialogue with your peers at the end of the week. So the reflection will open up Friday early evening at 5 p.m. and be open for the remainder of the weekend. So that's when you can do your reflection. So you'll have to come back to do that portion. So let's get started. The week 3 think assignment is all about getting you a chance to really answer some particular questions. In the online hybrid class last week, I indicated that I want them to take a look at one of the downloads from when we're doing the article review. So this week I want you to really review the questions, understand the meaning behind the questions, so when we get ready to do the articles in the textbook, and we probably may start either next week or the week after, you'll be very familiar with what the questions mean and what we're looking for answers. So let's start with that. You'll also be doing another activity for some critical thinking definitions and words. So we're going to look at some terminology and have you actually define it in your own words and give some examples. That will be the seek assignment for this week. And then the week 3 do assignment, I want to make it up a little light this week. So since I'm going to have you do a lot of work with the think and the seek, this week the do assignment is just going to have you all do a little problem solving. I'm not so much interested in how you understand inductive and deductive reasoning to the extent of you solve the problem. I'm more so interested in your method, your process. And then, of course, like I said, the reflections at the end of that week. Quickly, just as a requirement, the required reading this week is not much. Most of the readings are optional, so your required reading will be, I want you to begin to cite and reference the work that you're going to use when you go to online websites or videos or textbook articles or what have you. So I want you to learn how to cite them properly. Purdue has a wonderful website that really teaches you how to cite your references that you're using, whether they're video, online, the different type of formats. So I really want you to read that. So this is a required link. The other links are optional. I think they're very good for critical thinking. You discovered some good resources last week. So take a look at some of the other websites at your leisure. I wouldn't put them up if I didn't think they were good. So I really would encourage you, if you have the time, make the time to look at some of the other URLs that I've provided you. For the appointments and assignments for week 3, the think assignment is worth 10 points. It is due Wednesday, February 1st by midnight. The seek assignment also is worth 10 points. It is due again Wednesday, February 1st by midnight. Your do assignment is pretty much a problem solving, inductive and deductive activity. It's due Saturday, February the 4th at noon. It's worth 10 points. And of course, the reflection will open up Friday evening at 5 p.m. You can then say that it's due Sunday by midnight, February the 5th. It's worth 5 points for a total of 35 points, maximum points that you can gain. Again, the activities for the entire week between the reading, the doing the activities, and responding to each of your peers should take anywhere between 2 to 4 hours complete. And this module does last exactly 1 week. And here's my suggestions for success. So go back and read those things in detail at your leisure. Let's go back to week 3. After the video, I want to review the think assignment right quick. Simple enough. Your think assignment is real cool. I'm taking one of the handouts that we have that we're going to be using on a regular basis in the class, and I have pretty much assigned everyone a question. So whether you're working in pairs or teams, you simply have to follow the instructions. And then for the question that I assigned you, I'm looking for instance, question 1 is assigned to Pamela and Harry, who are in section 52. And the actual thing I want you to answer says, explain the meaning of the question. So in a sentence, summarize the author's position, list 3 facts the author uses to support their position, and put in a bullet list. So I'm not asking you to take some article and read it. I'm asking you, what does this question mean? What are you supposed to do with this question? This question is asking you to do what? What's the meaning of the question? That is what Pamela and Harry, that's what you're supposed to do. And everyone, as you see, has an assigned question, and this is for that in all 3 sections of the class. So do that. Again, only answer the 1 question assigned to you, but I would like for you to comment and discuss your peers' responses as well. So therefore, I believe you have to review at least 3 of your peers' responses. So take a look at that, get to work on that. It shouldn't take about 30, 40 minutes to actually complete the assignment in its entirety. Going back, the Seek assignment, something similar. I really wanted to talk about terminology for critical thinking. We didn't do that so much last week or the first week. So that this week, in order to make sure you have a working knowledge and some effective tools in your resource boxes for critical thinking, I've outlined pretty much some phrases or specific words that I've also paired you up again in teams in order to answer the questions. So the instructions, please remember, 150 to 300 words. I want you to come up with your own definitions, all right? Once you come up with your own definition for your assigned words, then you're responsible for replying to at least 5 of your peers. I mentioned earlier that we sometimes have rubrics. Here's an example of a rubric. So if for something that's worth 8 to 10 points maximum, then this is pretty much the areas, the evaluation criteria, what I'm going to be looking at your responses for. And if you want some good points, this is pretty much what I'm looking for, what I'm kind of using to be my grading scale. All right? So if you want to make sure you get the 8 to 10 points, I'm looking for the development of the ideal, evidence that you've done critical thinking about the assignment, your responses to other students, and of course your timeliness of being on time. So here are the rubrics for the activity. Again, take a look at who's been assigned what. If for some reason I'm missing your name, all you have to do is just shoot me an email. I'm sure I'll find it. We'll take care of that right away. I think I may be missing someone on here, so I'll double check that. So that's the Seek assignment for week 3. Come up to a Do assignment. I wanted to have a little fun. So the Do assignment, I wanted to focus on inductive versus deductive reasoning. I'm sure you've heard of Sherlock Holmes. I'm sure you've done deductive reasoning, which is what we do a lot in, well, sometimes we do it in science and other problem solving. But nevertheless, here you are. I've given you some simple word games. Some of the students who were in the class last semester, I recognize this. Let's see if they fare any better this semester. I've given you not 1, but 2 assignments for Do. I am not so much interested in you getting the right answer for assignment 1 and 2. I'm more so interested in understanding your approach on how you solve this problem. So make sure when you're posting your answer, you can post your actual answer to each of the problems, but I really am looking for how did you solve the problem. So the instructions pretty much says that. Explain to me how you solve the problem. And then once you do that, go take a look at least 3 of your other peers to see how they responded and how they solved the problem. I want you all to compare problem solving methods. Not so much if you got the right answer, not though I know that's part of the deal. So I'm good with that. Get that done. And last but not least, I've changed up the reflection. So again, the reflection opens up Friday evening, I think 5 p.m., and then you can have the entire weekend to complete your reflection. By the way, that Do assignment is due on Saturday by noon. And then your reflection, and a short 1 to 200 word reflection. I want you to pretty much address 1, 2, if not all of these questions. Give me some feedback. I want to make sure that we're developing and getting comfortable with our critical thinking skills and tool set before we start getting into analyzing some articles, which may start sometime next week. All right. So I believe that's about it. Just some quick feedback on week 2. I'm still doing some grading. I did a lot of grading yesterday, so hopefully you're catching up. So I'm still having the same problems I've been having all week. But I really like the responses. You all did some good work. I've given some feedback, particularly in the Do assignments, letting people know that you're doing pretty good. Just FYI for you, I'm a little tickler when it comes down to following instructions. So I say, in 1 sentence, I like to have 1 sentence. If I say in 1 or 200 words, give me 1 or 200 words. Make sure that you're paying attention to what your peers are. And then next week, we'll talk a little bit about etiquette or netiquette online. So it seems like I'm having a little stall problem again. And again, I apologize for having the assignment posted late, team. I've been having this kind of access problem all day with Chicago State. But I'm managing to get this up finally. and hopefully you should be able to start your activity on this Sunday afternoon. So that's it. I'm your instructor, KG Smith. For the hybrid class, guys, we have no class this week. Week 3, no class. Check your syllabus. That's it. Have a wonderful and productive week. Shoot me an email or post something to frequently asked questions, and your peers, if not myself, can answer it. And I'll see you guys online and throughout the week. Take care.